prophetic influence, and then it flows through established leadership. This is when prophecy begins to flow through a prophetic established leadership, and by virtue of the person's position in the church, God decides to speak through that individual. The person is not a prophet. In the natural sense, the person was not supposed to hear from God, but because of the person established spiritual position, God decides to pass a message through that individual. That does not make the individual a prophet. It is called a prophetic influence, where the person prophesies based on the influence. There is a clear example in the Bible. In the book of John, the chapter 11, verses 49. It says, one of them named Cephas, being high priest, that year said to them. Cephas was not someone who was open to Jesus' ministry. No, sir. He wasn't someone who was actually a fan of Jesus. No. But the Bible said this high priest gave a prophecy. What was a prophecy? Cephas prophesied that Jesus will die for his people. He gave that prophetic word. He prophesied it. Maybe he never intended how it's supposed to. He didn't know that when he died, he will resurrect. But the man of God, actually being a high priest, by virtue of his position, he tapped into the river of that prophecy, and then he prophesied. He told all the rest of the people around him that this man here will be ready to die for his people. John 11 verses 51 said, he did not say on his own what authority, but being high priest, that year he prophesied that Jesus would die for the nation. This high priest Cephas, he didn't say it on his own authority, but based on the position he found himself, he prophesied, and the prophetic word was that Jesus will die for the nation. He's not prophesying because he's a prophet. Not everybody who prophesies is a prophet. You can be prophetic and not be a prophet, but all prophets are prophetic. All prophets are prophetic, but you can be prophetic and not be a prophet. In other words, the functionality of spirit of prophecy in your life does not make you a prophet, but a prophet must have the functionality of the spirit of prophecy in his life. It is the first requirement. To be able to speak for God, speak on behalf of God, that is the first requirement. And the other things people should understand is that there are many people God will speak through, not because it is his perfect will, but just that they are in positions, and the position they find themselves, what they say carries value. It adds value to your life. God can use them and release a prophetic word, and that prophetic word will be respected and honored by people. Why? Because of their position. There are men, when they say something about you, what they actually said about you carries a lot of what? Influence. Why does it carry influence? Because of their position in life. Their position determines the influence their words carries. So when God wants to validate or recommend the call of an individual, sometimes he can speak through a man in a position. And that is what we call prophetic influence. Look at Cephas. He said, this man will die for the nation. But the Bible said he never said it based on his own authority, but actually he prophesied it because he was just moved to speak it. And what he said was believed by so many people because of his position as a high priest. There are men God will use to speak over your life, and there are men God will use to endorse you because of their position. And it happens. One word, there are some people, one word from them opens 1,000 doors in your life just by their position. When they speak good thing about you, 1,000 doors are open. They can equally close doors by what they say. So when men speak, what they say carries value. That is why who speaks in your life matters. Paul said, a great door has been opened for me, but many are my adversaries. The adversaries there he was talking about were not a group of people that actually was following him with cutlasses and all that. Doors are opened by words and they are closed by words. Doors are opened by mouths and they can be closed by mouths. One word from a man can open a door. Another word from another man can close a door. So you should know that when men begin to speak, they are actually opening and closing. So there are men which God uses in this second river of prophecy, where these men are in position. So he speaks through them. He speaks through an established leader's position. That is why I don't care how anointed you are. If you have no respect for an established leadership or structural leadership, you will have a lot of issues. There are men, when God carries a particular revelation, he don't just go anywhere. He must go to those men, because God knows the type of person to give a revelation to, so that the revelation will not be wasted. The Bible said there was supposed to be famine in the land. There was supposed to be famine in that land. As a matter of fact, across the globe for 7 years. But before the 7 years famine, there will be 7 years of abundance. There is always a way of escape when God is involved. He will prepare a way of escape for everybody when he's involved. So God appeared to Pharaoh at night and gave him a vision in the night. And when the man saw the vision, he was troubled. His spirit was troubled. It is not every dream you dream and wake up and your spirit is troubled. I have had so many dreams. Some of the dreams, they don't matter to me. My spirit is not troubled. Why is my spirit not troubled? That is because it is not a dream from the Lord. When the Lord gives you a dream, he makes sure he troubles your spirit until you do the right thing that you're supposed to do concerning that dream. So the Lord gave the dream to Pharaoh, and after he gave him the dream, he troubled his spirit, making sure that until he gets a solution for the dream, he will not rest. So Pharaoh was searching for solution for the dream. He called all the magicians, all the sorcerers, all the magicians the land has ever known, in and out of the land, and nobody helped him. And he never let go of it. He was still searching until he got a man by name Joseph. When Joseph came, he gave an interpretation to the dream. Watch this. God gave that dream to Pharaoh because it was only Pharaoh who could fulfill that dream. There are revelations. When the Lord gives you that revelation, it is useless, because at your level, you cannot enforce that revelation. The word he will give you, you cannot enforce it. You, the one watching me right now, if the Lord appeared to you and asked you to build one of the extra modern hospitals in the village, put nurses and midwives there, pay them, for there is a terrible disease coming, you cannot do it. Do you know why? You are poor. You don't have the money. So why would the Lord waste his time bringing such a revelation to you? He don't invest wrongly. He don't invest badly. He knows where to invest, because revelations are investment from the Lord. Revelations are his investment. But when the Lord blesses you and you have become full of yourself and you have become rich in all ways, that revelation I spoke about, the Lord can now appear to you and tell you that I have a revelation. What is the revelation? There is a terrible sickness coming, more than COVID-19. So I want you to go to your village, build an extra modern hospital, put nurses, put doctors, pay them. Will you do it or not? You will be able to do it because you are blessed by God. So sir, there are some revelations you will never receive from God, not because he don't want to talk to you, because even if he talks to you, you can do nothing about what he's speaking about. Why talk to a man about your problem when he can help you solve it? You don't waste your time like that. The same way God operates, he don't waste his time like that. No sir, when God is coming to talk to you, he makes sure that the word that he will be speaking will actually be honored in due time. That is why he went to Pharaoh. He didn't go to Jacob, because at that time Jacob was there. Why didn't he give the revelation to Jacob? Pre-adventure, Jacob don't have enough land to farm and save enough food to stop that famine. He gave the revelation to Pharaoh and gave Joseph to Pharaoh. But Joseph was not Pharaoh's child. Joseph was actually Jacob's child. Some revelations are not yet given to you because the position you are, you will not be able to influence the manifestation of that revelation. You cannot. You lack the ability. You don't have the power to influence the manifestation of that revelation. I receive revelations, and the revelations I receive, it is to the capacity of which I can influence. If the Lord asks me now to build a teaching hospital for Bolgatanga, I will not be able to do it. But if he asks me 2 years' time, I will do it with ease. So why will he ask me now when he knows I cannot do it? So the last time a young lady told me that a prophet told her that she must bring a 50,000 Ghana cedis, that's about $4,000 to $5,000, for the prophet to pray for her. If not, she's going to die. And then she called me. And once she called me, I asked her, did you let the prophet know that even you can't feed yourself? Have you told him? Daddy, I didn't. I said, call him back and let him know that even food you don't have. Because me, I know you well. How to feed is a problem. Why didn't God tell the prophet that you don't even have food to eat? When God is asking something from you, it is because he knows you can do it. There is a saying that it becomes a sacrifice when it is above you. And when we say it is above you, it's not above what you can afford. It is above what you are willing to give, but you have it. God never asked Abraham of Isaac until there was Isaac. When there was no Isaac, he never required Isaac from him. He demanded Isaac after he has received Isaac. The Lord will only ask of Isaac when there is Isaac. Why would the Lord ask of Isaac when you are barren? It doesn't happen like that. So you see, God only asks of Isaac when he knows you have what? Isaac. So the next time a prophet asks you to give something, and that which he has asked you to give, you don't have it. I remember one day there was a pastor who came to me and said, the Lord said there is a white car coming. So when that white car comes, the Lord said I should give him that car. I said, no problem. If the white car comes today, I will call you. But it hasn't come yet. If I receive the white car today, I will bring the white car to you. But as I am talking to you right now, I have not received it. I cannot give you what I don't have. That is what I told you the last time. No man is in a position to give you that which he don't have. I can only give you what I have. So there is that thing we call the prophetic influence, where the man of God prophesies from a position where God walks to men and give them a particular revelation, because where they are, that revelation deem it necessary that they are the group of people that are qualified to receive such a revelation.